Running drills that will actually make you faster within your triathlon, your duathlon, or whether you're just a pure runner. I have just been motivated to do this video as I've just been triggered about 5 minutes ago by watching another coach's video on running drills. Not going to slam them, not going to name them, but what they've just told me is a load of bollocks. I'm going to give you 3 running drills that are actually running drills for a start. I'm going to use my strength and conditioning background, and if you implement these, give it a bit of time, earn the right to move on from these drills, you're going to get faster, and I'll explain why you're going to get faster by doing these as well. So the running drills I've just seen are basically walking on your heels nice and slow and walking on your toes nice and slow. If you're fit and healthy, you've got 0 injuries, you can park that, you can throw it in the sea. It's a load of bollocks, you don't need to do it. If you think about the ground force reaction, as those strength conditioners talk about, when we run, if you're running at a really easy state, let's say you're in your zone 1 of your heart rate, the ground reaction force coming through one leg is around 2.5 to 3 times your body weight. So for me, I'm just over 70 kilograms in body weight. So that's going to be approximately 210 kilograms going through one leg for every stride that I take in roughly my zone 1 of my heart rate. So bearing that weight in mind, around 200 plus kilograms going through one leg, heel walking very slowly and toe walking very slowly is not going to improve your running performance, I'm afraid. Now, if you're crocked full of injuries, you've experienced some horrendous shin splints, so on and so forth, and you need to improve those muscles that those exercises stimulate a very little bit, then go ahead and do it if it's been advised from your physiotherapist or your sports therapist. But like I said before, if you are fit and healthy, no injuries, use these 3 drills to really kick on your running performance. Now, for a big breakdown, I say a big breakdown, a more detailed breakdown, check out that Launchpad course below, which is free, in the comments, and I go through these teaching points in a very easy manner so you can implement them today. The first drill is what we call the ankling drill. This is very light in your ground reaction force and is a nice way to get those Achilles tendons firing and ready for action. The second drill is what we call a double-footed pogo drill. Now, these can vary in intensity. You can build up in percentages. So if you're going to start off with these from a fresh, practice doing it 20% for 10 meters, and then the next round you can do 30%, 40%, so on and so forth, just so you can nail that technique and you're getting the appropriate tendons fired up and progressing those tensile strength. The third and final drill I'm going to give you is the single leg pogo hop. And I've purposely given those 3 drills in that order. We've got the ankling, double leg pogos, and the single leg pogo. It goes from a light, a bit heavier, and a bit heavier still. So with these drills, you want to land on the balls of your feet. So not the tiptoes, just behind the toes there. And try and keep that heel slightly elevated as you go through these drills above the floor. And it's not primarily just the Achilles tendon at work here. You're going to have some knee tendons in play and also some hip tendons in play. But primarily, yes, it will be that Achilles tendon, which is a massive tendon and can be responsible for around what the research suggests between 10 and 15% of your running power. That's massive. So why wouldn't we tap into this? These drills are just a snippet of what the strength and conditioning spectrum has to offer. There's a lot more to it, but this is a fantastic starting point if you're new to it. So how does this actually make you faster without you actually running to get faster? There's a popular saying in the strength and conditioning world: you need to achieve things in the gym that you can't achieve by doing and playing your actual sport. So what can we do in the gym without running and get faster by it? So a very brief and laymaned up anatomy and physiology lesson here and how this works. With these drills, we are primarily targeting the tendon of your human body. Not so much the muscle, but more the tendons. So tendons, they actually attach the muscle to the bone. In colour, the tendons are very white with a bit of pinky colour, whereas the muscle is a very dark kind of red colour. The reason why it's red in colour, the muscle, is because it has that protein in there which is called hemoglobin. Now, if you know anything about hemoglobin, it helps transport oxygen to the working muscle. A light bulb should go off here. And the reason why the tendon isn't as red, which is a bit more white in colour and pink, is because it lacks oxygen. So essentially it does have a very poor blood supply, but yet it can move us very fast. Ping again, light bulb moment. So let me get this straight. If we train these tendons to help us move faster when we run, and it doesn't cost any more oxygen uptake, you're in a bloody winner, my friend. So essentially your heart rate might be the same, but at the same time you're moving faster. All because these tendons that you've trained up are acting like a coiled spring now. And this is one of the reasons why strength and conditioning can make you more economical in your endurance events. Because even though you're moving faster, but the muscle isn't working any harder, because that tendon is more spring-like. It's producing more power on every stride that you're making. So going faster for less effort, or faster for the same effort, because it's not costing you any more oxygen uptake to help you fire and move forward. And the great thing about these drills as well, it doesn't just make you faster, it makes the tendons a lot more resilient to breaking down in any kind of tendinopathy, or what we all used to call it, tendinitis. So in essence, when you start doing those tempo sessions, those faster intensity sessions, the chances of you breaking down are a lot less. And with those drills, you can go on your regular training, run for 5-10 minutes as you normally do when you warm up, then perform these running drills. They're very light in nature, so you can do it, and then crack on with whatever the session that you're doing it. So it's not going to take up much more time in your training schedule. You don't need to do it on its own right. You don't need to do it on a Tuesday afternoon and those 3 drills and that's it. Implement them within your training run so you're saving time. So as I said before, there is a link below in the description of this video that will give you these running drills where I'll break them down nicely and you can implement them into your training, making you faster and more difficult to break down an injury, so you're getting better at your triathlon, your duathlon, or your running events. And these running drills are more specific to your running rather than the bollocks I've just seen, which is far too light in nature, and that's for someone that's crocked with injury. If you're not crocked in injury, these are for you. Thanks for listening. Give them a go.